Now at 5, Eagle Pitcher breaks ground on a new Joplin facility that could ultimately bring hundreds of jobs. Plus, advice for keeping political tension out of your Thanksgiving gathering. And
Matt Gaetz bows out amid allegations of sexual misconduct. I'm Torian Small on Capitol Hill with the end of his attorney general bid and another cabinet pick as he works to win over senators.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
the phone bank is open and volunteers from Wesley House and Crosslines are ready to take your call. You're seeing them live. It's the launch of the KOAM TV Fox 14 Feed the 4 States Telethon. During the next half hour, you call the number on your screen, donate what you can, and every dime you give will help stock area food banks, helping area families in need. For a lot of families, the financial struggle is especially tough this time of year. We trust you'll give what you can. This is KOAM News at 5. I'm Dow Quick. We're going to have more on the telethon in just a bit, but first, some of the day's news. The holidays are a time for gathering with our loved ones, but you don't always have the same opinions as your family. And following a tumultuous election season, tensions at the dinner table can reach new levels. A Pew Research study this year found that 65% of U.S. adults always or often feel exhausted by politics, and 55% always or often feel angry. A psychiatric expert at Joplin's Ozark Center says when you combine politics and family, it can lead to increased levels of stress and anxiety.
I think finding common ground is the best strategy, probably for navigating them. You know, holiday seasons, when we get our family together, that's a time where we're already celebrating the commonality of being in the same family, and so it's just a natural progression for us to recognize that side instead of creating the tension with the differences.
If you begin feeling stressed or upset this holiday season, Hefter recommends trying to step away from the conversation and practicing breathing exercises. We're all going to learn more on how to handle these difficult conversations tonight on KOAM News at 6. This is the first day of the Miracle Market at Freeman Hospital West. The market provides vendors a chance to sell their goods with a portion of the money they make going to the Children's Miracle Network. The market's continued over the past 20 years and continues to be a favorite for many Freeman employees and vendors.
Nora was diagnosed with a tumor in her brain when she was a little baby and went to several different places to find out how to fix that. And Children's Miracle Network, I do know one specific thing, they help with their gas money to go to Dallas every time she has to go to the doctor for her checkup. So that's phenomenal. Little things like that are a big deal to families.
That market's going to continue tomorrow from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. We now know the cause of death of the Altamont business owner who died in a fire last week. According to the Altamont police, preliminary autopsy results show that Edward Escolas died from smoke inhalation. The origin of the fire remains undetermined. On November 14th, emergency crews responded to the motorcycle repair shop on South Huston Avenue. When they arrived, the building was fully engulfed. Eagle Pitcher officials broke ground this afternoon on a brand new energetics facility in Joplin. They plan to add 3 buildings on East 26th Street. Officials tell us the new facility will employ about 120 people by 2026 and up to 100 more by 2029. The new facility will feature semi-automation capability and more. Eagle Pitcher is known for its battery tech, energetic devices, and battery management systems. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy now for our first look at the weather.
Well, it definitely turned out to be a nice Thursday for us today. It was sunny skies, but windy, and it was cold. Temperatures only into the upper 40s during the afternoon. 45 in Joplin, 46 in Pittsburgh is where we stand, 46 in Nevada, 48 in Anderson, 50 at Grand Lake. Neodesha is checking in at about 50 degrees. Now, those winds still kind of kicking in, sustained at about 10 miles per hour. But on top of that, we're getting gusts 15, 20, 25, upwards to 30 miles per hour. Thankfully, the winds will slowly calm down as we go through the evening hours, but the temperatures are going to slide down as well through the 30s, eventually into the upper 20s later on tonight. But we'll stick with the clear skies. A lot of changes moving in over the next few days. We'll talk about that here in just a bit.
See you soon. A reminder that the time to call to Feed the 4 States is right now. President-elect Donald Trump is working on a new pick for Attorney General nominee after Matt Gaetz, the former congressman who was his first choice, withdrew from consideration amid allegations of sexual misconduct. Tareen Small has more details from Capitol Hill.
Embattled former Congressman Matt Gaetz announced he's withdrawing his name for consideration to be President-elect Trump's Attorney General. He wrote on social media, "There is no time to waste on a needlessly protracted Washington scuffle. Trump's DOJ must be in place and ready on day one."
I just heard about it, so I don't know any of the details.
Your initial reaction?
But just relief.
Trump chose Gaetz despite allegations he attended 10 to 15 sex parties in the past that included illicit drugs. Gaetz is also accused of having sex with a minor, allegations he's denied. Wednesday, Gaetz worked to convince senators to confirm him anyway.
Remember, for all these guys, there's a process. It's the advise and consent process, and we're going to go through that.
Thursday, attention on Capitol Hill focused on Trump's pick to lead the Department of Defense, an Army veteran and Fox News host who has also been accused of sexual misconduct. Pete Hegseth met with senators and addressed a 2017 police report. The accuser, referenced as Jane Doe, reported feeling like she had been drugged and recalls saying no a lot while in a hotel room with Hegseth. She says he prevented her from leaving and that he was on top of her. Hegseth told police he was buzzed but not intoxicated. The encounter was consensual and that the woman seemed regretful after sex, but he did not elaborate.
The matter was fully investigated and I was completely cleared, and that's where I'm going to leave it. Thank you very much.
Hegseth later settled a lawsuit with Jane Doe, saying he did so in order to not ruin his career. Torian Small, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
The House Ethics Committee was deadlocked in a vote yesterday about whether to release its report looking into Gaetz' sexual misconduct allegations. The chair of the committee, Congressman Michael Guest from Mississippi, says Gaetz' decision to withdraw his nomination should end the question of whether the report should be released. Still ahead, new weapons in the battle against cancer.
It's World Pancreatic Cancer Awareness Day. I'm Bradley Blackburn with how advances in treatment are helping patients recover faster.
And next in Health Watch, your child's stomach ache could be something more. The surprising results of a study ahead. Right now, our 2024 Feed the Four States Telethon is happening right now. Here's another look at our phone bank. Please consider calling the number on your screen to donate today to help area food pantries feed the hungry. Topping today's Health Watch, the third Thursday of November is World Pancreatic Cancer Day. Advances in treatment are helping patients recover faster. Bradley Blackburn has more.
When Mark and Franco began experiencing severe itchiness for weeks in March 2023, his son, a dental student, urged him to get his liver enzymes checked.
They did the blood panel, and they could see the liver enzymes were through the roof.
Scans showed a golf ball-sized tumor on the head of his pancreas.
Almost like disbelief that this happened. I'm a guy who's never been sick a day in my life. Healthy, I don't smoke, I don't drink, I work out. Thankfully, it didn't spread. Lymph nodes were clean.
The Whipple procedure, which removes part of the pancreas, intestine, and gallbladder, is the standard for pancreatic cancer. But Franco was a candidate for a more minimally invasive approach. Robotically assisted surgery performed by Dr. Aaron Sasson, the director of the Pancreatic Cancer Center at Stony Brook Medicine.
The advances in robotic surgery have been paramount and allows us to do very complex operations that before required very large incisions.
Dr. Sasson says while the risks of the operation are the same, patients can have less pain, scarring, and fewer complications like infection.
It is quicker recovery robotically. There tends to be less blood loss robotically. However, it does take longer. I think eventually, as surgeons are trained on this technique, there'll be more and more adoption of it.
Within 2-3 weeks, I was up and around. Little discomfort.
After surgery, Franco had 6 months of chemotherapy and 30 radiation treatments.
I'm feeling good. We have grandkids now. We have 4 children. I'm retiring next couple of years, and I wanted to spend time with the family.
He says he's looking forward to the next stage of life, cancer-free. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News.
More than 66,000 people will be diagnosed with pancreatic cancer this year. and nearly 52,000 people will die of the disease. That's according to the American Cancer Association. Nearly 1 in 4 Americans says they experience chronic pain. A survey by the CDC found about 8% say their pain frequently limits their life and work activities. Chronic pain can also lead to opioid use and depression. Another finding from the survey, people who live in rural areas report higher rates of pain than people in cities. A third of Americans say their doctor has never asked them about their mental health. A survey by Gallup and West Health found most patients would be comfortable talking about mental health issues with a doctor. The findings come at a time when more than 1 in 5 Americans is living with a mental illness. And more children and teens have digestive issues than previously thought. A study published in Gastroenterology estimates more than 100,000 Americans under the age of 20 have inflammatory bowel disease. That's among the highest rates worldwide. The reason for the high number is still unknown. That is a look at today's health news. A little bit later, it's the spendiest time of year. We have tips to make planning for it a little easier.
Plus, it's going to be another cold night for us tonight, but warming back up. We're going to look at that coming up.
For now, our 2024 Feed the 4 States Telethon is happening right now. Here's another look at our phone bank. Please consider calling the number on your screen to donate today to help area food pantries feed the area hungry.
Well, it definitely turned out to be a sunny day for us today, but it was a chilly day. Highs only into the upper 40s to near 50 degrees. Plus, it was windy, so it made it feel even colder than what it actually was. Here's a nice shot of Indigo Sky Casino and Resort. Of course, Indigo is just outside of Seneca, Missouri. Clear skies, but of course, the sun is setting. All right, so it's Thursday. On Thursdays, our drought tracker updates. We were in an extreme drought just a few weeks ago, but we've had near record amounts of rain in the month of November, so this is really cleared up. We still have a moderate drought, northeastern Oklahoma, Arkansas, into southwestern Missouri, and then it's just dry southeastern Kansas. So all that rain, most areas 7 to 15 inches over the past 3 or 4 weeks, has really helped out. All right, 45 Lamar, 46 in Neosho, 46 in Bentonville. We have 50 in Miami. Chanute checking in at 48 degrees. Outside, 7th, Rangeline, 45. Northerly winds at 10, but gusts have been higher than that. It's going to be cold tonight. Slide back to the 30s, 34 by midnight. Most of us 27 to about 28 degrees for an overnight low. Still, we have those northwesterly winds kicking in, sustained at about 10 miles per hour, but we've had gusts higher than that, 20, 25, upwards to 30 at times. Thankfully, the winds will start to calm down as we go through the next couple days. All right, clear skies, not much going on here. We do have clouds once you get up into parts of Illinois. You have snow through parts of Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, and also parts of Ohio. But look at the jet stream up into Canada, and then it takes that dip, and that's pulling in that cooler air across the region over the past couple days. But check this out, big ridge of high pressure to our west. As that rolls in, that's going to warm us back up as we head into the weekend. Not tonight. 27, 28 degrees for overnight lows. Quick warm up, mid 40s by noon. A little bit warmer tomorrow. I think most of us 51, 52, 53 degrees with partly sunny skies. Still cold again Friday night, dropping back near freezing, and then big warm up Saturday. Look at this. We go into lower 60s for highs, and it gets even warmer as we go into Sunday. 35 at 9 a.m. by 1, 48, 51 by 3. Looking pretty good. Let's look at your weekend. 62 Saturday, 68, near 70 on Sunday, but a few showers rolling in by evening, but 90% of the weekend is going to be on the dry side. All right, let's go upstairs. Here's our upper level flow, about 18,000 feet, 500 millibars of pressure. This big guy has been giving us the colder air over the past couple days, and again, we're in that cycling weather pattern, so this will return here in a couple months. So that's something that we want to watch because that will be a big Arctic outbreak. Here's our ridge of high pressure for the weekend. Then we get a series of weak waves next week. One late Sunday, one on Tuesday with chances for rain. Another little stronger one moves in Wednesday into Thanksgiving. It looks like mainly rain for us. We may get a flake or two mixed in on Thursday morning, but we are going to have scattered showers. Again, none of these storm systems are big, but are going to cause some issues traveling. 52 tomorrow, 62 on Saturday, 50s and 40s next week, only a high of 42 on Thanksgiving.
Wow, well, it's trending that way, understandably. And, you know, those millibars of pressure.
I know.
What can you do? What can you say? Hope I won't be tested later. Thanks, Doug. Coming up, you might not go anywhere faster if you try to cut the boarding line. How one airline is cracking down on line jumpers. Next. Our 2024 Feed the Four States Telethon is happening right now, though, and in the meantime, here's another look at our phone bank. Please consider calling the number on your screen to donate today to help area food pantries feed. Topping today's Consumer Watch just in time for the holiday travel season, American Airlines is rolling out technology that shames those who cut in line during the boarding process. The airline says passengers trying to board before their assigned group will be setting off an error beep, alerting the gate agent. American's rolling out the technology to more than 100 airports, including Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson International. That's the world's busiest airport. Carrier plans to expand it to additional hubs later on. The end of the year is quickly approaching. Before we ring in the new year, it's important to get financially prepared. That includes taxes for 2025. Jill Schlesinger says a little time and focus now could save some money in the new year.
Even though taxes aren't due for 5 months, it's important to get a jump on them now. Start by using the IRS's withholding estimator to see if you have enough money set aside to pay your tax bill in April. If not, notify your payroll department to increase your withholding through the end of the year. Next, make sure your money is invested properly for your future goals. This is called rebalancing. Here is how it works. Let's say you started the year with 60% of your account in stocks and 40% in bonds. With the rise in stocks, that balance could be out of whack. Maybe it's 70-30 now. You can rebalance by selling 10% of the stock position and redirect it into the bonds to return to your target allocation. Finally, if you are in your early 70s and you've got a pre-tax retirement account, the government requires you withdraw a certain amount of money from it annually. These are called required minimum distributions, or RMDs, and failure to take money out may result in a tax penalty of up to 50% on the amount you should have withdrawn. If you have multiple IRAs, you only need to take one RMD based on your age and the total value of the accounts. In New York, I'm CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger.
The calls are coming in for our Feed the Four States Telethon. We thank all of you who've called. We want to recognize a couple of you real quickly. Patty Duncan of Joplin, thank you for your $200 donation. Sandy Reed of Parsons, Kansas, thank you for your $25 donation. More donations are coming in. You can make your donation possible right now. Call during this break. A final check with the forecast next. Reminder that 2024 Feed the Four States Telethon is happening right now. Here's another live look at our phone bank. As you see, they are waiting for your call right now. They are not busy. Thank you, Frank and Nancy Bryant, for your donation. Rebecca Hanshee, she's a retired teacher from Pittsburgh, Kansas. She gave $100 to help feed her neighbors. Karen Simpson of Joplin, she gave $200. A lot of need out there. Your money goes a long way. You know, the phone banks can buy in bulk so they can make the most of those dollars. Please consider calling the number on your screen to donate today to help area food pantries feed the hungry. Up next on the CBS Evening News, the fallout as Matt Gaetz withdraws from consideration for Attorney General. Then on KOAM News at 6, an arrest in a Southwest Missouri hit-and-run fatal case. Plus, how a vendor at Joplin's Miracle Market is giving back to a program that helped her own family. And we take a look at Pitt State's opponent this weekend in the opening round of the Division II football playoffs. Stay with us for the CBS Evening News and then KOAM News at 6. I know it wasn't particularly cold out there today, but it's windy. The wind made it feel really chilly.
And it is going to be cold tonight. We're going to drop back 27, 28 degrees. A little warmer tomorrow, 52, but check this out, 60s moving in for the weekend.
We will welcome that for sure. Thanks for joining us. CBS Evening News is next. Of course, we'll be right back here for KOAM News at 6. Our telethon will continue. We'll see you then. Let's make it a great evening.